What's up, everybody? This is Chewis30 from Two Guys Reviews, and this is Zombie Talk. And the subject matter for today is Die Rise from the new Revolution DLC map pack that was just released not too long ago. And this is just my first impressions of the map pack. It's an interesting one for sure. We're going to focus strictly on the Leap Forward. That is the actual map. Die Rise is actually the game type from what I am told from various friends out there. And in the background you see a little bit of gameplay. It's a little bit of lonely gameplay. It's a little bit slow because unfortunately a couple of my friends went down and things got from bad to worse. And in Die Rise or in the Great Leap Forward, that can happen very, very quickly. But initial thoughts are these. This is a tricky one. A couple things I don't like. I don't like the lack of flopper, especially on a map where you have to drop down more than 10 feet multiple times, and if you don't make your jump, you don't make your cushion, you don't jump at the right angle, you go down and you lose everything. So I'm not quite a fan of that. I do like the fact that this is on a skyscraper. I do like the fact that it's a multi-level map. It is confusing as all hell, and it does take a while to be able to navigate the map properly and to get from point A to point B. It's a map I also go back to my original 5 strategy on, and that's screw the box. I've played this map now probably about 20 times or so, and I've gotten one decent gun out of the box. Now on the wall, you have a pretty good selection available to you, so if you can get your first 2 guns early, get Mule Kick somewhere between 10 and 15, and kind of move on from there, I think you'll be in really good shape. The layout of the map is interesting. There's only a couple places I've found where you could make a really good, I'll say really easy train. And for you zombie fans out there, you know exactly what I mean. There's not too many spots. This is really a pick a spot and hold it down kind of map, I've noticed. I haven't really found a spot that's wide open like in Transit or really any other map. There's one if you go into the Buddha room where you have the big statue of the big Buddha that looks like a China buffet. If you go in there, you can do it. I've seen some of the big YouTubers do that and get quite high. I haven't gone for a leaderboard shot yet. My high round on this is still low. I'm still learning it. Still learning what weapons are the most effective, and thus far I found what you see on screen here, which is the PDW AN94 combo with a little side of MP5. I find that works on the rooftop pretty well, seeming as that we're not relying on the box. I think that that does pretty well. Seen a lot of videos on Die Rise and a lot of interesting strategies. One that I found that works pretty well, actually I didn't find it, I believe my friend Civic did, is if you have 4 players, you build the Tramplestein, and each of the 4 players grabs one sets one facing the building, so it basically will catapult you forward. And I don't know why it's called a Tramplestein. It's not a trampoline, it's a catapult. So I don't know where it got that title from. That's a very strange title for that, and I always thought that was kind of weird when people referred to it as that. But you want to set one of those facing the building, facing the dragon if you will, up to that level so you can hop up there, and then the next step is you're going to set each Tramplestein in a row right in front of you, somewhere in this area here where you see me with the PDW and the A94 combo, and basically you're going to make a roadblock. What you do is you let the zombies come to you and you shoot them and you shoot them and you shoot them, and then the Tramplestein will then launch them across the other side of the map. So it works pretty well, and when they destroy it you just keep on loading them up and rinse and repeat. So I found that to be pretty effective. I think we got into maybe the 20s doing that with Civic and a couple of friends, and it seemed to work pretty well. Above all, early on, you definitely want to get power on ASAP, and you want to get Jug. I find holding down the room with AN94 is pretty effective. First stage is tough because you have to make a choice whether you're going to go to the box, whether you're going to go to PDW, or whether you're going to go down to power and pick up a shotgun or one of the weapons down there, or even the sniper rifle on the wall. That thing is pretty handy, being a one-shot kill for quite a while. Haven't really experimented yet with the knuckles. I got the Bowie knife a couple times. That served its purpose much like it did in the days of Moon. I enjoyed using that. But so far this map is definitely a learning experience for myself and for a lot of my friends. There's a lot of frustration in this one. Kind of brings me back to Shangri-La. Except people like this map a whole lot more than they liked Shangri-La. I don't think anybody liked that map. I found some decent places in it, so I kind of enjoyed it a little bit towards the end, but by the time I enjoyed it, the next map pack was already out, so that was the end of that. So overall, I'd say this is definitely a fun change, definitely something different. There's, like I said, a lot of frustration, a lot to learn. I mean, this is a tricky map to navigate. You can get lost pretty easily. The way they compared this to that painting where up is down and down is up is very interesting and dead on. I mean, you go into certain rooms and the ceiling is the floor and the floor is the ceiling and the box is in the ceiling and nothing makes any sense whatsoever. So that could really throw you off if you don't more or less just pay attention to where you are and just pay attention to landmarks and where guns are located. Now the perks. I'm going to get into this because Treyarch did something with this, with the perks, where the perks end up in different places, and I haven't figured out quite yet if it's completely random or if it just changes spot to spot with each game. Like in one game, if Jug is on the elevator inside the power room, and then the very next game it just moves to the level below it, or if it's completely random where it ends up. I haven't spotted any patterns with that yet. That's something I'm going to kind of study as time goes by, because if there is a pattern and we figure it out, it'll be a much easier cookie to crack, and I think that'll help us out a lot. And here we go. I'm going to go down and get, who's this? Is this German or Buck? I think this is Buck. Yep, there he is, and get up my friend. And this was a tough one. I was very proud of myself for surviving as long as I did. A lot of these games that I've started on Die Rise, I either lost Jug or didn't get it, and without Jug and or a gun, you're really hosed. I played with this one group of guys a couple nights ago, and the game ended up only going to the teens. It wasn't a really good game, but I ended up with no Jug and no gun for a good 3 rounds. They didn't like reviving, so that was a big problem. Every time I'd go down, I'd just go down and stay down. And in this map, that happens a lot, because if you don't stay as a group, you don't stay as a tight group pretty much the whole time, and you kind of wander off, that puts you in a lot of danger. And the way the zombies spread in this and the way they move is much different than any other maps. So one piece of advice I have, if you're going to play multiplayer, which I'm not a huge fan of solo, I like using teamwork, and I like developing strategies and whatnot. I would say strategy number 1 above all, stick together. The more firepower you have, the more bullets you put down range, the more likely you are to survive longer lengths of time. Plus, if somebody goes down, you have a buddy there that can possibly help them out. I would also suggest getting quick revive in this. In one of Lost Sandman's videos, I believe, he talked about how to get all the perks. So take advantage of that. Get the Bowie knife or get the Galvan knuckles. Get that extra perk. Get quick revive, and for goodness sakes, revive your teammates, because teamwork is everything in zombies if you want to last. Let me repeat that. If you want to last, if you want to go high in the leaderboards, you have to have solid teamwork. Have to. One person can't be good and the rest not. It's a recipe for disaster. I've tried it too many times. But I'm enjoying myself. It reminds me a lot of golf. It's relaxing frustration. So it's enjoyable, it's a good time, but at the same time, it can be tough. So that's pretty much all I have on Die Rise for now. I know this gameplay has been a little bit slow in the background. You have to forgive me for that. Give you guys a little bit on the channel, a little bit of updates here of what's going on. This month, I believe somewhere around mid-month, like the 15th or maybe the 20th, whatever that Tuesday is, we're going to have Aliens Colonial Marines, and I am super stoked about that. That's going to be my first official Let's Play. Had a conversation with Lost the other day, and I wanted to do Crisis 2 in preparing for Crisis 3, and he said no, that's too old. So that idea got nixed, I guess. I am going to do some of the beta. I really enjoy doing the betas and seeing what the game is going to feel like for the most part. So I'm going to play a little bit of that this week. Hopefully get some gameplay in for you guys to enjoy. Maybe get a couple strategies, what guns to use and whatnot, because that's what we like to do here on Two Guys Reviews. And beyond that, we're going to have Metro Last Light, which is coming up in the springtime, summer, I believe it's March, and Army of Two. I cannot wait to see Army of Two. Really excited about that. So, that's all I got for now on Die Rise. Stay tuned for more. You'll have much more zombie talk. I will be doing my own gun reviews on the multiplayer aspect of this because I have not gotten a chance to do so yet. You'll see my golden collection, which I hope to have diamond in a relatively short period of time, but that's been a tough road also, and I'll explain that in my multiplayer series playing Black Ops Badly, which is being continued, by the way. So, like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe if you want to see more, and also, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but when you subscribe, you get an email anytime we're going to post a video. And also, if you follow me on Twitter, or follow us on Twitter rather, I also post every day basically what the video is going to be, what content's coming up, what games we're excited about, anything that's going on with the channel. It is on Twitter, so follow us there at Two Guys Reviews. I post at least 2 or 3 times a day as to what's going on, so that's a great way to kind of keep track. But also, like I said, with subscriptions, you have the opportunity to know what's coming, and that's the biggest thing I enjoy about subbing to anybody. You don't have to just go to their channel and look, you can actually see what's coming. So, that's it for now. I appreciate every single view, every single sub. Thank you guys so much. This is a lot of fun.